we're asking if in the Bar Kokhba vote, if these Edomites who were converted were a part of that population.
Yeah, like how he's saying Edomites helped them, or Idumeans helped them. How can he prove that in the Jewish population there were no Idumeans or Edomites in there? Because they were called Jews in earlier centuries.
But did he?
How can you prove? How can you prove that though?
But did he make that claim that there were no?
Yes, he said Edomites helped the Jews. And from that understanding, from what I'm hearing, from what
did help them in the war of the first century, and they were converts, bro. I'm finna show you right now.
Can you please show me?
He just said the same thing you were saying, Leo. That they
but
were.
That's the point, though. But that's saying he's saying they're Edomites. But I'm saying, how do you know they weren't considered Jews?
Bro, because, I'm gonna tell you why, Rudy, bro, because he's trying to make this something that is not. He want to take a faith to a conversion and make it an ethnicity, and that's not gonna happen by no standard, especially if you hold the DNA. Because if somebody
there's sociology that has a standard. You don't even know about sociology. You don't even know about sociology
from Germany, bro, and that don't.
But you said no, Jordan. You made a false statement just saying there's no line. Do you know what sociology is?
Bro,
I think you're minding in the majors right now, bro.
Yeah, like you gotta watch that, Jordan. You saying there's nothing I can make. You talking about DNA? We can talk to sociology, and what I brought this up on this channel multiple times. You have not looked into it, obviously. You don't know, like social identity theory speaks to this deeply in terms of how people identify themselves.
Can you see this on the screen?
Yes, I'm looking right at it. Josephus, go through it.
First Jewish-Roman War. By 66 CE, during the first Jewish-Roman War, the Zealot leader Simon Bar Garara attacked the Jewish converts of Upper Idumea and brought near complete destruction to the surrounding villages and countrysides in their region. It was part of his wider plan to attack Jerusalem and seize authority for himself. According to Josephus, during the siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE by Titus, 20,000 Idumeans under the leadership of John, Simon, and Phoenix and Jacob joined the Zealots as the besieged temple. Hold on, now we see 20,000 Idumeans. This is what the historian writes. Idumean zealotry arguably reflected their attempts to prove their Jewishness.
Source. Go to the source right there. Click 68. Click 68. Click 68 right there, please. Please click 68 right there. Please click that source, please. Please click 68. What's that source right there?
Contesting conversion, genealogy, circumcision, and the identity and ancient Judaism and Christianity. It's contested.
God works in mysterious. God works in mysterious ways. Because I have this book. Have you read this?
Bro,
it talks about sociology. The exact thing we're talking about right now. We're talking about sociology right now.
Look,
you have not read it. You're using wiki. You don't even know the source they're using.
It said the Idumeans helped during the first Jewish war. And it was because they were trying to sow their zealotry and to show reflected their attempts to prove their Jewishness. So we see.
Yeah. So you saying Josephus said that, or you saying is Matthew saying that?
We see.
Is Josephus saying that? Wait. Is Josephus saying that, or is Matthew saying that?
It says according to Josephus. According to Josephus.
That's source 78. That's source 78, not source 68. Bro, you're using the wrong one.
Bro, listen. Even in your source, the people in your source still calling them Idumeans and saying they are.
You haven't read it. You haven't read it.
Bro.
You haven't read it, Jordan.
It's an attempt to prove their Jewishness, bro, but it's still calling them Idumeans. So what is your point?
I've read that source that we're talking. The source that you're referencing, Jordan. The point you're talking about, where it says source 68, you have not read that,
bro.
You haven't read it.
Anybody with an understanding can see what's happening right now. And
can you show me? Can you show me what's happening,
Jordan? Because I'm a little bit. Tell me what's happening right now.
Man, look, he trying to use what he's doing is what he's doing is, first of all, he said, I can't show him where Idumeans were being called Idumeans and help Jews fight at the temple. I pulled up this source right here, the first Jewish-Roman war, and it says, according to Josephus, during the siege of Jerusalem in 70 CE by Titus, this Josephus right now, 20,000 Idumeans under the leadership of John, Simon, Phoenix, and Jacob joined the Zealots as they besieged the temple. And then the next line says, Idumean zealotry arguably reflected their attempts to prove their Jewishness. So people in these scholars or whoever wrote these books know that these people were converted to Jews, but they understood these people to be Idumeans, just like Josephus did. He said 20,000 Idumeans helped in 70 CE, but the same Josephus said the Edomite nation converted to Judaism in 2nd century BCE. So by my right in my mind, if Josephus believes how you believe, why is he calling them Idumeans right here still? Because
Brother Brew, you say I need to convert.
They are converts. He knows they are Idumeans, but they are converts, proselytes of justice, as I read in his dissertation.
But you're saying, but that's not his dissertation. But Brother Brew, I need to concede.
Dissertation, the egoticity of the Jew, antiquity of the Jews, what I read from earlier.
Dissertation.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a dissertation.
Well, look, we can get into the.
But listen, but I'm saying, Brother Brew, I'm talking to Brother Brew. You said I need to concede. But I'm saying the sources that he's referencing, 78 is speaking directly to Idumeans. My point from the very beginning is, can you prove that Jewish population that was fighting had no Idumeans? Can you prove that? No. Because Jordan's source is speaking to 78, which is Josephus.
Bro,
the source 60, Jordan, I'm still talking. Jordan, I'm still talking. I'm still talking, Jordan. I'm still talking, Jordan.
No, that wasn't your question.
I'm still talking. Yes, sir, I literally asked that.
Proving that them people were still being called Idumeans past that time period. I showed you a source of Josephus calling them Idumeans.
I already heard you say that earlier, Jordan. That's not what I asked you, Jordan. Jordan, that's not what I asked. I already heard you say that earlier. I mean, why are you jumping off? We still talking.
Y'all got Jordan mad. Y'all can't have nothing with these Detroit Negroes around.
But Leo, I don't think you
done aggravated him.
I don't know how. Like I'm literally looking. I know exactly where he was going to go because you could pull up Wiki 2 and read what he's reading. That source that he's pulling up is not a primary. We're talking about the Idumeans, arguably, that's speaking to Matthew's specific source that's talking about sociology and how people identify each other. When you go to that book, I know Jordan hasn't read it. That's the issue. When you talk about social, he's saying there's no way you can get around. The only way you can is through DNA.
He just mentioned. Yeah, go ahead.
But it's like you have to look at what that brother is saying in context of that chapter. That's the problem. Because when you start looking at this,
come back for a minute, Jordan. Bruce and I'm just going muddy it up. They ain't finna do nothing with this right here. Bruce,
it's a sociology.
Yeah, hold on, Bruce. What you want?
Sorry, excuse